I don't know what to tell you. If you want to keep going by that old definition of normal, then you can take normal and shove it. Hello, normal Vincentville viewer. Welcome to another normal episode of Vincentville, and I'm your normal host, Luke Vincent. What are we doing today, Rachel?
I think we're gonna try to go to the park because it's not rainy, but it is cloudy, so we might be able to have it to ourselves, kind of, or not very many people there.
I know it's wet. It's very wet, so.
It's wet, so we should bring a towel wherever we go.
Hopefully it'll be a fun day. So yeah, we'll bring a towel. We'll bring some fun things. And by the way, today's, ooh, cover that mouth. The word of the day today is normal.
Hi.
That wasn't normal. So let's have a super duper normal day.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
That means
I don't know.
nothing.
Let's just go.
Yeah.
Just as we finished saying that it was not gonna rain today, it went ahead and rained on the way out
It
here.
rained.
What?
Yes.
I don't understand.
I mean,
I
it's
don't
very
understand.
cloudy, but that would have been fine. We did bring a towel,
Yep.
so we can.
Pro tip.
Yes, so
Bring a
we
towel,
can
wipe those things down.
clean off the slides and all those things so they don't get too wet. Plus, they're wearing their older shoes.
Is Cormac too, or?
Yeah, well, he's wearing his like current shoes, but he has newer ones.
Okay.
So I don't care as much as if they get wet and dirty.
And no one's gonna be here.
And no one is here.
Isaac, what playground is this?
Park.
We are at the park.
Isaac, what playground is this?
The ABC playground.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is a favorite that we used to go to. It's called the ABC one because there's ABC.
We've come
on
here.
one of the things.
Yeah, we came here once on the vlog, and
That's
I'll
true.
show you why again that it is called the ABC Playground and why that dude is so fond of it. But I don't know how long we're gonna last here. We wanted to have Cormac riding his bike and all that stuff because
Which is a new adventure.
that's a whole new
for
thing
us,
that we'll
yeah.
have to talk about if we can. But we will see. Let's just go try to. You know
We'll
what?
just try our
We're
best
probably
here
wasting
right now.
time in the
yeah,
car.
let's just
Let's
see.
do it.
Yep.
I'm also gonna switch over to the GoPro, even though I don't like to do that because I don't want to get this camera wet. But
Yeah, you should switch over.
gotta do what you gotta
brought
do.
it, so
Yeah,
yeah.
Cormac, look. What's that? Door's closing. Maybe he wants to ride it over there.
Whoa.
Well, all right, we're gonna ride it in the park. Let's go to the park. Look at that smile, because he knows where we are. And I'm modeling the helmet off for Cormac, because we only tried the bike one other time, and it was a challenge to keep the helmet on. Look at Isaac. Bet you he runs right to the letters. You can just park that anywhere.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a wet one. The towel. We left the towel in the car.
Are you serious? Oh no.
I gotta go run and get it. Got it. Look at that. Oh, how'd he climb up there?
He did it.
He climbed the net?
Yep.
Nice job, buddy. This has always been a difficult one because you gotta climb up this. Our boys haven't historically been too good at that. Ooh, Isaac's going down a wet one. That's all right, you'll dry it off. Hold on. Ray, can I have the towel? Hold on, I wanna wipe it with a towel. Cause that looks like it's gonna ruin your day.
Uh-oh.
A little better, a little better. Is this one dry?
No, I need to get the
Ready?
There's a big slide, Cormac.
A few things. It is totally empty here, which is perfect.
Yep,
Um,
true.
But it is also very wet. We'll probably get chased away soon enough. But also, I've been saying, Rachel doesn't totally agree with me. Playing out in the rain is like this underrated thing to me. I think we always just run inside when it rains the slightest bit. To be fair, the boys have fallen on play equipment when it's raining before too, so
What other?
there's a good argument against it. But
What do you mean, honey? You want to dry it with a towel?
here, you dry it. You dry it. Nice job. You got it all?
Yes.
All right. It's just that there's no other way to get up to the slide area. You have to go on this.
I guess there's this, but
What?
if
Oh,
there's
this
no,
little.
like you have to have super climbing skills. So the bike was is Isaac's bike. We bought him when he was like 3 or 4, and it's the kind of bike that doesn't have pedals, and you just like learn to glide.
It's what's it called? There's a name for it.
A glide bike?
No.
Non-pedaled bike?
Balance bike.
Okay, yeah, a balance
It's a
bike.
balance bike. So like the two parts of learning to ride a bike are balance and pedaling, physical pedaling. And
Good
so this
job,
works on the
Coleman.
balance part first.
We were always trying to get Isaac to get more into it, and he never really showed much of an interest in the bike, honestly. Whenever we tried, like he'd try a little bit, but it was really us trying to like push for
Force it.
Well, oh, you wanted Isaac to
Did you
go
hear
down
that?
the slide?
I don't know if you could hear that on the camera.
Isaac, you want to go down this slide? I think
Isaac-
he just wants to run, Cormac.
I used to be more bothered that Isaac didn't want to ride a bike.
Yeah, I would say like that's something we really wanted him to do.
Well, I haven't even given up on it completely. Like, there's a chance that if Cormac gets into it, that he'll become more interested in it. But at the same time,
If he doesn't, he doesn't.
we know that he has a bunch of things that he's into anyways, and you know,
Yes, he has his
If
own
it-
interest.
like ABCs over here.
Yeah.
Where are the ABCs?
A, B, C.
See? Told you this was a special one. Isaac's been pointing out letters forever. He's most recently, we even showed you in the last vlog, he loves right now counting the windows at every house we go to, going around the whole outside of the house counting the windows. There are just certain things that are his normal that give him so much joy that you just kind of have to adjust to and be like, well, look at like when you see the smile on Isaac's face when he's counting windows, that's no different than the smile on my face when what happens to me, I don't know.
Like when we used to ride bikes or whatever,
Right.
you know, like
As
you
kids
just
or-
think, yeah, he just gets enjoyment out of different things than what you think is normal.
And we don't just want to ignore the enjoyment that he gets from those things just because they're not considered typical activities that a child would get excited about.
I feel like normal has become like something you shouldn't say. It's just a wrong word, basically.
Well,
There's no like normal, really, just what you kind of think is normal, but
there's certainly a perception of normal.
there's a perception of normal. That's true.
What do we do about that?
A lot of the time, I think it is good to try to do some things that maybe Isaac thinks is uncomfortable more, and like just he doesn't initially want to do. So you try to get them, you know, your kids to do things that, you know, you push them sometimes to try to get them to do more, to get out of their comfort zone a little bit. But then there comes a point where it's just, if he really doesn't want to ride a bike and he doesn't get anything from it, then I don't need to push for it, you know. It just so happens with Cormac that he noticed the bike at your mom's house. You good? And he took to it. I mean, he just tried to ride it the one time. You got it, buddy. But he liked it that one time.
Yeah.
And he just naturally seemed to want to do it. And you know, that's just nice that like he wants to do it. But the fact that Isaac doesn't like it and that's not what he likes to do, that's fine too. That can be really hard, I think, especially at first.
Yeah.
With your kids when you first find out your kids have autism, just that they won't want to do these things that you always envision your kids to do.
Oh, sorry. There's a ton of water right along this thing, and it just all fell in my neck. What I kind of want this video, because I decided to make this video about the word normal, is sort of discuss whether or not we want to take back the word normal or abandon it altogether. Obviously, it's a touchy subject. It's like, you don't want to be normal. In fact, it's almost popular nowadays. It's like trendy to say, I don't want to be normal. I'm not normal. I go against the grain.
Yeah.
But then in reality, do people actually go against the grain? And do people actually accept things that are significantly different than themselves? There have been tons of times when we've been out in public, and Isaac especially, well, Cormac has some public meltdowns, certainly, but Isaac especially, because his behaviors are not like what you'd expect. Whereas he's screaming loudly out of excitement or when he's overwhelmed. We went to a restaurant the other day. He was completely overwhelmed by that, and he was screaming, and we got a lot of stares. But there's been just as many times where he's screamed just from being excited, like when we're in a store He's running around Target reading the signs and he's just jumping up and down excited. It's not a situation where most people would think that someone would be excited, like say opening up a Christmas present. When you see those videos of kids opening Christmas presents and they're just like screaming, freaking out, or someone winning money on a TV game show where they're jumping up and down and screaming. Isaac just does that more often and for things that we wouldn't necessarily expect it. Like you, when you got sponges for Christmas.
Sponges! I need sponges!
I was like genuinely excited about getting sponges.
So I guess the question becomes, do we want to ditch the old definition of normal, or the word altogether, and just say, forget that, that's not important? Or do we want to reclaim the word normal to be all-encompassing because something like autism is normal? I can explain every behavior that my children have. It's just not always what people expect. I think that's part of the path towards awareness and acceptance, is acknowledging that these things are normal, these things are in the world. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Let's just watch the boys play. You just say hey?
Brotherly love.
Okay. We knew it wasn't gonna be long. Come on, Isaac. We could try to have him ride it out.
You want to ride the bike out? Not right now? You don't think so?
Not like this. Woo! Not this time. We knew this was gonna be a little bit of a short visit anyway. Unfortunately, no bike stuff today, but I do think that he still is interested in it, so we'll probably get to that another time. He's running it. Oh, did he fall? He got it way ahead of us.
Raped his hand. It happens.
Should have rode the bike. Worst case scenario was you were gonna fall just like that. Did you have fun?
Yes, I did.
Good. So we're back home, and I gotta say, it was freezing at that playground when I really think about it. Like, we're in the middle of May now, and we still have our heat on every single night, and we're still wearing coats and running away from the park because of how cold it is. I think Rachel might have even gotten sick. My fault, probably.
I don't know, I just, yeah, like the cold weather still is just not sitting well with my body. Like, over it.
We're not ones to complain about the weather. Oh, wait.
We always
That's
do.
all we ever do. I'm gonna say the boys had a good time at the playground, though.
They did. Cormac did not want to go on his bike today.
No, we didn't do
But
the bike thing.
that's fine. I still think that he'll be interested in doing it. I think it was just like we were at the playground, so he just wanted to do the playground thing.
Do you think we're gonna have to actually specifically go to a place where there's no playground and just pavement that he can run around on?
Especially, like, maybe even if we go to your mom's again.
You think my mom's is the place to go?
That's kind of a nice driveway to do it. And
Oh my gosh.
Cormac's playing Nintendo.
He started Isaac's video game. Alright, boys.
No.
Brothers. We have to hand- What happened? What happened? Why are you mad? Because of Cormac.
He doesn't like Cormac playing the Nintendo at all.
I can relate.
But it's kind of cool that he is interested in it.
That's true.
Yeah, but he like kind of understands slightly. Well, he knows that like you press certain buttons and like.
Well, he smashed all the buttons, but that's his version. But if it comes to the point where they're playing 2-player and we have to get another controller,
We'll come to that at some point.
that might be cool. That might be cool, but it also might be a whole
Guys.
lesson in sharing. But the whole normal discussion is definitely a super relevant one for the autism community. Frankly, people see autistic behavior and they're like, oh no, that's not normal. Like, that's just a reality. That's just a reality. Fathering Autism did a video on this topic recently too, which I'll link down below. And Asa always says, normal is overrated. That's like a good little mantra. Normal is completely overrated. That is so true. I spent so many years trying to be as normal as possible, not stating unique opinions out loud or sharing any details of my life that might make people raise an eyebrow, you know? It almost feels like a natural instinct or something, like from the time of cave people to try to blend in with your tribe. In the modern world, we really don't need to be like everybody else in order to survive. This is not a discussion of survival. It's, it's a discussion of open-mindedness. So to me, that gold standard of normal, like that classic definition that people use not only to measure other people, but even to measure themselves by, is just completely phony and silly, outdated. It's prohibitive. It prevents people from being who they truly are, prevents people from seeking out communities of other people who are similar to them. And most of those things that we feel pull us further and further away from that standard of normal are actually things that are super, super common in other people. So these are things that we can bond over. So I don't know what to tell you. If you want to keep going by that old definition of normal as a way to measure people and how valid they are, then you can take normal and shove it, you know where. Or shove it in another place. If you don't want to shove it in the normal place, that's fine. See how open-minded I am?
In the unnormal.
Shove it in a different place. I don't care. That's a really weird spot to leave the video, but I think that's where I'm going to because I got nothing else to say on this topic. Hope you enjoyed coming along on this video, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
What? I cut you off.
We're just saying goodbye. Corbin, can you say bye with your T-Rexes? Bye.